What's going on, guys? Welcome to the couch. This is a really good spot for me to just sort of talk mindlessly, talk a little bit about and express some of the problems that I have had the last week of August. And that's really what the core of this video is going to be about, talking in depth about some of the problems that I had at the end of August. I really am in tune with what went wrong, and I wanted to make a video about, how the mindset was really the main driver of my problems. It was nothing to do with my strategy, my system, my levels. It was all mindset. And I think this is a really cool topic to talk about because mindset is so major when it comes to trading, right? And so we can start just sort of diving into it right away. Before the last week of August, pretty much that middle core, 2 weeks of August, the market was pretty much straight up on a daily basis. Really nice upside, really nice momentum, nice follow through, and I was swinging and firing at all cylinders. I was making, I think I made almost 150, close to $200,000 just in those 2 weeks. And then we move forward to the end of that week and into the last week of August, and the market was a completely different story. The market shifted from a nice continuation type move into a sideways channeling trade. And I did not change my mindset to shift into that type of market. I continued to take those same type of swing trades, those continuation mentality trades in a market that refused to continue. If you guys know the levels, and I know off the top of my head because I'm looking at them right here, 5660, 5665 on the S&P 500 futures was that high that would not break. And there was a lot of times where I was taking trades looking for that to break, and my mindset was incorrect. My mindset needed to shift into, we are at this level, the market has been channeling, and I need to maybe consider scalping, right? Out of positions overnight, no swing trades, taking quick moves, quick aggressive profits, not looking for that true continuation and follow through. And that at its, in the easiest example, the easiest way I can explain it is the problem that I ran into at the end of August. And the problem that caused me to lose about $25,000 in a week and only win one trade. I'll pop up the stats on the screen. You can see I only won one of my 7 trades that I took at the end of August. So it was tough. It was rough. I definitely knew I was in the wrong. I knew that I was looking at the market incorrectly, because I would look back at the charts, look back at my trades, and it would be so clear after the fact, why didn't you just fade 5660? Why didn't you just take that rejection, the same rejection that, has been happening all week, and the same rejection, and this goes back into like seeing other people perform and you not, right? Comparing yourself to others, people like Umar, like Carmine, some of the people I talk to, fading 5660, 5665 all week and making thousands and thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars profiting off that supply level. And I'm over here in the wrong mindset, not trading it correctly. So it's a good video. It's fun to talk about. It's realistic. It's reality, right? To not be always on the right side of the market or be looking at the market correctly. And it goes back to that mindset, right? Making sure you're in tune with every trend on the market, making sure you're along that trend and trading with it, rather than fighting against it. And I was definitely fighting against the fact that we couldn't break that 5660 on ES, looking for that upside continuation that was just happening the week prior, right? That's how quick that market can shift and how quick we need to react as traders, understanding the market levels and the trends on the overall market. So what did I do to sort of crawl myself out of this hole? Well, first of all, I kept it very light. The last few days of August, I basically said, I'm one and done trading. I'm taking smaller size, and I'm getting out of this week alive. And sort of, it was perfect timing for me, is that I was going to Las Vegas for a bachelor party at the end of August. And it was sort of perfect for me to just say, hey, let's close this week up. Clearly things have not been right. Clearly you're trading incorrectly. Let's get out of this week. Let's go on this vacation. Let's get our mind straight. Let's have a little break from the markets, and let's jump back into the markets when we get back. And today, September 4th, Wednesday, is the first day that I enter back into the markets, and I end up making over $10,000 today, shorting a very clear level, the right short to be looking for after the market retested SPY 555. So I'm very happy about my performance today after some of those problems, reassessing, getting that mind straight, getting back into the correct mindset, which again is so important, looking at the levels objectively and trading the market as the trend shows. 555 on SPY, I'll talk a little bit more about it when we jump into the charts in the office, was the exact retest level that I was looking for us to push up into, have a rejection at, and short it back down, the pop and fade type move. And that is exactly what happened today. And so today, what we're going to do, after we get all this talking out of the way, we're going to go ahead and jump onto the charts. We're going to review my trade from today, review some of those trades that really caused me problems last week, and sort of give you guys that whole picture of what I went through last week, how I'm focusing and improving on it into September, and how I have already improved on it today, one of my better trading days in quite a while. So guys, before we jump into the charts, I want to make it very clear that this is normal in trading, okay? I want to make this video to make sure that some of you out there that maybe are struggling, that have seen other people perform, if you're comparing yourself to other traders, even someone like me who has been doing this for a very long time will go through these periods of being incorrect, right? And I want to make sure that that is very clear, that this is normal. It is normal to see problems in your trading, focus on these problems, and learn to fix them. It's this type of action to express your problems and actually fix them, have a conscious effort to change. That's the only way you're going to improve. And it just so happens that I have a YouTube channel and I like to share this stuff and I can express it to you guys out there. If you don't have a YouTube channel, maybe you write it down yourself. Maybe you share it with a friend, right? Get it off your chest, talk about it, be open about it, don't hide it. Don't just keep doing the same thing. Make sure you are trying to fix your problems. This is the only way to improve. And even at my level of trading, it will occur, right? And so I want to do this as a way to share, hopefully give some of you, that hope and that understanding that this will happen for a very long period of time. It will never end. It will be a constant upside battle, right? In trading, it's never just smooth sailing. It is never, right? It's always an upside battle. There's always going to be problems and dilemmas that you will encounter, and it's the people that stay strong and they stay strong-minded that get through this and come back stronger, right? Come back stronger, and I'm hoping that September is going to be one of my best months because I know that I went through a little bit of period of unsuccess, right? Not successful in my trading, and I hope that I can build upon that over the next few weeks, right? And that is really what I want more than anything. I just want to come back this week, make those losses back, feel back in the groove, get that momentum back, and I know that we'll be right back to where we were. This is something that I want you to make sure you focus on, and hopefully this video helps you understand that. All right, guys, so we're going to go ahead and start off with just taking a look at my month of August with TradeZella, where I pretty much recap everything, right? So a big month, right? No doubt about it. Major month, awesome month, biggest month I've ever had, and you guys were here for all of it. You were here for the Microsoft swing trades. You were here for some of those big swing trades that I took, some of those big wins, and it's awesome, right? But you got to stay on the horse. You got to always stay on the horse, up to date with what's going on, because this money can be gone very quickly if you do not stay right up to date in the markets. Always improving, always staying on the tip-top form, right? If you start to slack and you stay in, you get into a rut and you're trading the same size, that money can be gone. The same way you can make $1,000 in the market, you can lose $1,000. The same way I can make $100,000, $200,000 in the market, I can turn right back around and lose it. So that's why I take these periods of unsuccess and these periods of problems very seriously. I do not take these lightly because I know how quickly they can go out of control. I have been there. I have done that. I have gone on major losing streaks. I've given back everything. I've done it, right? So I know how quickly this can be something that drains my account and something how I need to catch it quickly. I need to nip it in the butt and I need to turn it around, right? And so that's why I'm taking this very seriously, and again, why I'm making this video. So overall, an awesome month, right? Really good win percent, really good everything. But let me go ahead and show you, and let me put this into a different perspective here. Let me go ahead and just go to the last month, or last week, right? And look at this, right? Look at my last week of August. Down 25,000, profit factor of basically 0, trade win percent 12%, right? And, a terrible week. And that is right here, right? Let me go ahead and move my face out of the way for a second. I'll move my face over here for now. And you can see, right, this last week was about 12K. And if I include the 22nd, right, let me go ahead and include the 22nd. Let me include all of those red days. That's $34,000 of losses right there, right? Win percent, 9%, 1 out of 10, right? Terrible, not good, right? And so if I stay on this streak, it only takes another 2 weeks, 3 weeks of this same performance to give back everything. And so that's how quickly we need to stop, right? We need to stop it. We need to fix it. We need to change it. And that little break that I talked about, getting away off the markets, getting away from the charts, getting out on top, right? Because I'm still on top. I'm still up on the year, a fantastic amount, right? If I go out, you can see right here, that's my year to date, right? It's an awesome year to date. It's still fantastic. I'm very happy about it. But that number can change quickly if we don't quickly change. Make a conscious effort to change when things are not working right. And so I stepped away from the markets on top, still on top for the year, still on top for the month, coming off a pretty ugly red streak. I needed to get back into scout my levels, take profits off my levels, 10, 15, 30% trades, right? That's what I was doing. Of course, some of these big wins came from large swing trades, but that is not the core of what I need to be doing, right? I need to continue to trade the same break and retest scalp strategy that I always have done. And that is what we did today. And we nailed it, right? And so if I go to today's trade, I'll go ahead and go here. This is today's trade. And you can see right here, this is a $14,000 win on SPX, about a 73% profit. Beautiful, right? I didn't even risk. I risked maybe 10, 15% on this trade. I'll talk a little bit about where my entries were, which are pretty much the high of day, which I will confirm with you on Interactive Brokers. I'll pop it up on the screen right here. You can see the entries and exits on Interactive Brokers that will match what you see here, right? And so we just stabbed that high of day and the exact supply level that we were looking to trade, and we took our profits. We walked away with a win, and this is the type of momentum and the type of revolutions that I need to continue to stay in, right? A lot of the problems that I had end of August was I'd look for a trade, I'd look for it to continue, I wouldn't take profits because I'm looking for more, and it would reverse on me, right? And that goes back to some of that greedy mentality, the swing trade mentality, which was working, right? It was working in this market right here, right? And I'll show you where it was working. It was working right here. It did not work here, right? Look how clear that little change is. I'm going to move my face back. Look how clear that change in the market is. And you can start to get a picture of why I started to struggle, right? So here is 4-hour chart on the S&P. You can see pretty much since the second week of August, we had a straight up move and swing trades were firing. They were firing, and you can't take anything away, right? Because I know a lot of people are going to say, it's easy to make money in a market that goes straight up. Actually, no, it's not, right? It's not easy to make money in any market, okay? So I am very happy that we were taking advantage of this, right? Which we did tremendously, but this was when we needed to start shifting the idea, right? Because we can clearly see straight up, straight sideways. And I kept this mentality in this price action, right? And that did not work. We had a very clear channel on the S&P 500 futures for almost 2 weeks, right? Almost 2 weeks. We traded within, let's talk about the SPY. We traded between 555 and around 564 on the SPY. We traded within that 10-point range for almost 2 weeks. Finally, yesterday, we get a break underneath 555 right here, right? 555, 555, 555. And yesterday, we finally break the range. And now the break and retest is at its best, right? Now I know exactly what to look for, and I know exactly how to play this because we have broken the range, and I know exactly what we're going to look to trade. So if you came to the pre-market live stream this morning, we talked in great detail about the best short entry to be at 555 on the break and retest short, right? That was our entire live stream was about looking for that short at 555. And so today we talked about the zombie grind potential off the 20 and 50 SMA into that 555 and the short at 555 being the best possible entry. I'm going to run a little clip here so you guys can see what this looked like in the pre-market, which I think will be helpful. You can see what this looked like before it actually started to occur. I'm going to run a clip from the pre-market live stream from this morning. Where's the next really nice short, right? Where's like the really awesome short for this market to sort of move how it should move, right? How do markets move lower? They move like this, right? How do markets move higher? They move like this. Why does every chart look like this, right? It's because that's how the market naturally moves, at times. Of course, at times it'll slip and continue, but usually, right, the structured moves are sort of those retracement moves, turn previous lows, previous highs into new lows, and just sort of structure to the downside. And so what would I like to see? This right here, right? This would be the sexy short to be looking for right there at 555. If we can get that pop at some point this week or into next week back in the 555, we can look to see if the previous channel lows turns into new highs. So if we zoom in here on the SPY, we can see, right, those very clear previous lows at 555, and we can see how today we drove higher into it and we started to see the rejections play at that level. Now, if I go into the 5-minute chart, we can go ahead and take a look at what this looked like in the short term. Here was today's action. I'm going to go ahead and turn on the after hours. I'm going to gray it out so you can see where the market opened. And pretty much the S&P, the SPY ETF, opened the market, pushed higher, held above the daily 20 SMA, and just started to develop that zombie grind to the upside. Now, as we were developing that zombie grind to the upside, I was patiently waiting to see if we could get that rejection at 555. So here's the 2-minute chart, right? And so we started to push into that 555. We didn't quite get to it, and this is where I started to take my entries. Now, something that I'll do, if we're not quite to that level yet, is I'll start taking my entries where I am comfortable with the risk, right? So I started taking my entries about 50 cents before my stop. My stop loss was going to be 555, right? If we got above it, I'm out of the trade. So I said, all right, we're about 50 cents away from it. I can start taking some entries here with a 50-cent underlying risk on the SPY ETF. And if we don't quite get there, I still don't want to miss the whole trade, right? I don't want to not enter here and miss the whole trade because of 50-cent risk, right? So I was willing to start taking entries around that 554.50, risking about 50 cents on the underlying. And that is what you see in that TradeZella. You can see right here. My first entry on this SPX was around 11 o'clock, 11:04, and 11:08. And I also took some SPY, which I can talk about in a second. I don't have it in TradeZella because it is an open position. But I can go back here. We can go here. And right here is the SPY entry point. I took some Friday expiration 555 puts. You can see the entry point, which is just nailed the top, man, which was pretty awesome. And I have this all live, which you'll see in today's video. My entry point was at 11:05 on the SPY puts. 11:05 is right here, right? Pretty much right at that topping candle is where I went ahead and I entered those puts. Again, all of it recorded live. You guys are going to see it in this video at the end. So we followed the game plan, right? We followed the game plan. We followed our technical levels. We knew that the break and retest is a legit strategy and we need to continue to look for it. And I didn't let that past performance in August take me away from what I know works on this market. I got it, I executed, and I'm on my way to getting that momentum and that confidence back. Very important, right? So I'm very happy with how we performed today. I'm very happy with this trade. I hope you can understand. I hope you take a few things away from this video today. One, the mindset talk, right? Understanding if you're in struggle, how to get through it, how to get back onto your system, how to make sure you stick to your system and get back on that train. But also, I hope you take a little bit away from the trade, right? Because the trade is, again, another great example of the strategy that I trade and look for almost every day is the break and retest, right? Previous lows, break, retest, re-entry, right? For that next move. That's exactly the break and retest. You guys hear me talk about this almost every day on this channel. And today, it worked beautifully to get me out of that little rut that I've been in. And hopefully, I can continue to improve on the performance from today. Guys, we're going to go ahead and wrap up today's video with the live recording of this SPY trade, of this SPX trade that I did enter. You're going to see how I entered it, how I exited the SPX on some scale out, still holding some of that SPY as well, looking for that larger move. But I hope you guys do enjoy the live recording and share with you how I entered this trade today. If you guys do enjoy that live recording and you enjoyed today's video, you took something valuable away from it, I'd appreciate if you press that like button, subscribe to the channel for more. If you want to trade with me live every day, similar to this trade from the SPY, what you guys are going to hear in the live recording is our Discord voice chat. If you want to be a part of that, make sure to check out the link down below. Thank you guys again for all the support. Press that like button, subscribe, enjoy the live video, and I will see you in the next one. Peace out. Yeah, all right. I'm going to enter here. I started with 10 contracts, so it definitely would take more than this. So I'm in the September 6th 555s at 389. I'm in those right there. I'm going to start with that. I'm also thinking about day trading some SPX. But that's to your own discretion, my friends. But I'm definitely interested in that same idea, trading SPX off this 555. That's also very interesting to me here. And this is the short I've been waiting on, so I'm not going to be scared to try it. You're starting to see a little bit of action at that 555. So I'm definitely going to look to try to maintain this a little bit. And I would like to hold this overnight if I get a real rejection here today. That's why I took Fridays. If I really see this play out, I don't want to be limited to just today. If this is the real break and retest short that drives us to new lows, this is something I want to take with a little bit more time. Just so I can hold it over the weekend. Yeah, the clear stop is right over 555. Very clear stop loss. Alright, I'm instantly up 7% here. But there's a lot more to go here. I mean, this is not just a... You can look to scalp it if you want. I'm in this Friday, guys. September 6th, 555s. Stop loss over 555. This is possibly the last trade of my day. I really just want to see this short develop. If this short doesn't develop, I might just accept... really just a nothing this day. This is the short I've been waiting on. Come on now. Alright, I'm walking away from this, man. I'm not even going to watch this. This is a really confident entry for me. Yeah, I'm with Sierra on this idea as well, so if this is wrong, I'm walking. If this just grinds through 555, then I'm just going to walk today. But that is, without a doubt, the level that's in interest. And I'm just going to let this sit. I already like the reactions to my level. And I don't want to micromanage this. Alright, so SPY puts working. And I do like the price action that I'm seeing. SPX puts also working. But let's see if we get more. The SPY trade is definitely more of a swing for me. The SPX is a scalp that will pay for any type of losses on a swing. That's how I look at this. I'm going to take half off SPX up 100% if I get there. But I'm going to take some off here, guys. I'm not going to get greedy on it. I took some off the SPX. So if you're scalping, I think this is a good exit. Because I'm a little concerned of that 19,000 holding on NASDAQ. And I am still concerned of the QQQ holding 461. Trying to stay calm here, guys. Trying to stay calm, trying to stay objective. Up 93%. All right, man. Haven't had a clap in a while, man. Have not had a clap like this in a while. It's been a week since I was able to clap. It's been a week. 114% SPX.